is your latest headlines. Welcome to NUFC Talk. Don't forget to smash the like button right now. Let's get it to 100 likes as fast as we can. We got your latest headlines for Newcastle United. Of course, we beat Athletic Bilbao 2-0. It was a strong win, but clearly we have a lot of work to do, and the big test is going to be against Brentford once again this Sunday. But aside from that, you will know what that's going to happen, what that entails. We're going to make a video for you later on. We got a lot of shows later on, so stay tuned. Starting from 8 p.m. on YouTube. Of course, you can listen to us live all day on the website nufctalkradio.com. And let's get into this big one right here. Because Keith Downey is reported, and not just reporting, but Sandro Tonali came out, spoke for the first time about his future in his contract extension last night. He's a very honest and a likable guy, and said this when asked if his future, if this is a long-term future in Newcastle United. Let's take a listen to Sandro and see what he had to say.
Yeah, this is a tough question because, the football is... You need to think year for year, because I think I don't want to say I want to stay here 10 years and in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years I will go. So every player here, I want to think just for me, but year for year, because this is football. And every summer, the last summer was tough for us, for Alex, but this is football. If you have a option for your life, for another team, you need to think everything in the football. And I don't want to say yes. I want to stay here 10 years, but now I'm happy here. I don't think nothing for the other team.
Sandro, you won man of the match earlier today.
So there you go. There you go, right there. So Sandro Tonali speaking about his future, saying obviously he can't really say that he will stay here, for example, for another 10 years, if in 2, 3, 4, 5 he has to leave. What are your thoughts first and foremost? I already see some of the witch hunters and some of the fans with agendas coming out and says, well, you would never hear Bruno say this. And Bruno the other day, or I think yesterday, said that I would do whatever for this club, for this shirt. And I see that some fans really love that and really are blinded by that. The reality is, if Real Madrid comes from Bruno tomorrow, if Barcelona comes from Bruno tomorrow, he would be walking. He will be swimming to Barcelona or Madrid. So don't get blinded by what Bruno's antics or the honesty of Tonali, because the honesty of Tonali is something that we should all have in mind anyway. It's the honest truth that Tonali is a player that's playing in a level that we've probably never seen before as far as midfielders is concerned. And the fact of the matter is, if a club like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich possibly come for him, then might he win?
We are knackered.
We are knackered. And it is what it is. However, we should we should pull our end of the bargain. We should do what we can do, which is give him a new contract and persuade him to stay. And if it's still he wants to leave, at least we are very good paid for that move really well. As we know, contracts mean nothing nowadays. We saw with Isak, we had a contract until 27, and it didn't matter. He wanted to leave, and so and he did brought that up, Sandro Tonali, in this particular conversation as well. What do you think, though? I mean, let us know what you think in the comment section down below. It's very important to know the fans' opinions. And I think that Sandro Tonali is being honest. He's a leader. He's the best player for Newcastle United as of now. He understands that, and it'll be year by year as with any other player, to be honest. But clearly, when it comes to your best player, it's tough to think about that. It is tough to understand and to kind of accept that this could happen. And I would say, as long as he doesn't behave like Isak did back in the last summer, then obviously everybody will welcome and adore Tonali every time he comes back to St. James's Park, if he does. So, but clearly we need to do a better job at replacing him, unlike what we did with Alexander Isak. I know that Voltemade came in and now everything is honky-dory, but it wasn't. The process wasn't pretty, and we need to make sure we better that. It brings me to the next piece of news here, because according to Fichajes, it's kind of the football insider of Spain, really, really on and off, not sure where to get the information. However, they are reporting that Real Madrid, and this is also being shared by Transfer News Live, Real Madrid have received a tentative offer for 70 million euros for Eduardo Camavinga and from Newcastle United. And so Real Madrid have not yet closed the door to the move and want to gauge the player's interest before making the decision. It's likely that any move would not be completed until next summer. We kind of know this anyway, that it wouldn't have happened until the next summer. I mean, I do anyways. I think this is a very, very a big move, and I think that if Newcastle United were to make this move, I mean, we're in pretty good business right here. I mean, it's a very intricate situation, but Camavinga is an excellent player, and we're talking about 61 million pounds roughly when you do the conversion. I think that is proper when it comes to a player of the caliber of Camavinga. I would have him any moment given time, and I think that he's a great player, a French international. I'm not saying he's as good as Tonali, but he is pretty good. He is pretty good, Camavinga. You see it on your screen, 61 million pounds. That it is the offer that Newcastle United have put out there for him. Whether this is true or not, I mean, it's we don't know until the winter window. Maybe we'll just start hearing about it, but most definitely until the next summer window. Newcastle United must move quickly. We must move quickly and swiftly to be able to get a replacement. If that's for Tonali, if that's for Joe Linton, if that's just to get an extra midfielder without Tonali leaving, it would be amazing to get Camavinga in, because he can play for that Joe Linton role. I understand that Joe Linton played good yesterday. He scored, but he's a midfielder. I'm not going to judge him as if he had a great game just because you score, because your job is to be a midfielder. It's the same thing as being a defender. Your job is to defend. Let me look at how you did in your particular job, specific job, before I do anything else. Obviously, scoring a goal is good. Scoring a goal is tremendous. And I think yesterday, Joe Linton did great. Byrne did great. They're both were able to capitalize. And to be honest, they needed those goals. But at the end of the day, they need to do their job in their respective positions day in and day out. And it's about, as Byrne said in his press conference, turning up for the big games, turning up for those games where you earn your money, type of thing. And that's what Byrne was talking about. And that's against Brentford. That's against West Ham. That's against those teams that most players really don't want to get up and play for. Those are the days where you earn your money. So don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell for notifications. Don't forget we're going to be live every day, 8 p.m. UK. And join us as well for that one. But most importantly, let me know what you think in the comment section down below about these rumors. Tonali's comments that are going viral at the moment, of course. And maybe the possibility of getting Camavinga in for his replacement, or just adding another really good midfielder onto the mix. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. It's Chris the American Mag. We'll see you on the next one, folks. Highway the lads.